Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Beauty by Nisha. If you're new here, my name is Nisha, and today's video we are going to be doing the new HudaBeauty Faux Filter Foundation review. So I actually have somewhere to be and places to go this evening so I can actually do like a full wear test. Also, I'll be required to wear a mask in some of the places I go to, so I will be able to test that as well. I will be honest with you, I really don't think that there is any foundation that is 100% transfer proof, but we'll see how much transfer really goes on to the actual mask itself at the end of the day. So I'll come back later on and show you guys what my makeup still looks like, as well as, overall, how the foundation works and how my skin feels. We'll just do like a wear test review at the end of this video. So if you want to see how this faux filter foundation is better than the first one, as well as just a quick little review and thoughts, if I do think it is better, then continue to watch and don't forget to subscribe. And my lighting is a little bit different today because I did decide to open my window and let some natural lighting in today, as well as my lighting setup. So hopefully it looks okay when it's actually on camera. It looks like it's all right. Also, it is the afternoon, so it is a little lively in my neighborhood. So you might hear traffic, car alarms, and all that kind of stuff, but there's only so much I can do about it. So for this foundation, typically my regular shade in the first formula is Latte 300N. This was pretty much my perfect shade for winter, spring, and then for summer I would use Butter Pecan. I didn't get a summer shade this time just because honestly I don't really go out, not going anywhere. Maybe next time when we actually have somewhere to go, maybe go on vacation, get a little tan on, then I will get my summer shade. But as of right now, I'm just going to try out my winter shade for this one. And so this shade in the new formula, which was actually quite different when I swatched it, is Toasted Coconut 240N. So it's quite a bit of a difference. So we'll see, but when I swatched it, this was the best color. The Latte 300N was actually too dark for me when I swatched it in store, so we're going to use this one. For primer, I'm just going to stick with HudaBeauty products today because I do have a lot of her products, and I just find that when you use the same brand all together, things should basically work good. So I'm going to be using the concealer, the Tantour, the Easy Bake, and I'm going to be using the HudaBeauty Water Jelly Primer. I actually really do like this primer. It does feel more like a skincare type of hydrator than it does feel like a primer. So I do really actually like this one. It's actually one of my favorite primers lately because it is so lightweight and actually very hydrating. Okay, so obviously the packaging is the exact same, but it's just the formula that is different. I do like that she kind of just kept it the same and she didn't change everything else. She just basically wiped off the original faux filter from the shelves and replaced it with the new formula. So I feel like that's a bold move, especially if you do end up liking the first one more. But so far, from what I've seen, most people actually prefer the new formula. It is a full coverage foundation from what I have seen in terms of being the same as the first faux filter. So we're looking for full coverage here. The first one was definitely full coverage. The only thing was it was very, very scented and it was very heavy. It was almost kind of more cakey. So I'm hoping that this one is a little bit less. I do like the original faux filter. The only thing was those things, and yeah, the scent I found was just a little bit overpowering, and it didn't really fade throughout the day. It would just linger on, and then even after I would wash my face, I feel like I could still smell it. So this one apparently is not as scented, so I'm thankful for that because it's not like it was a bad scent. It was just that it just didn't go away after a little while, fade. So let's get into it. I'm going to be using a beauty blender to blend it into my skin because I don't typically use a brush anyway. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. I'm just going to use like very minimal because it is full coverage, so I'm curious to see how much I will actually need. Okay, so first impression, no scent. I don't smell anything, which is awesome. Second, like I'm using very minimal and I'm getting like full coverage and it doesn't feel cakey like the first one like at all. Like there is no cakiness to this. Okay, so now I can smell it's kind of like the original, but it's very, very faint. And I can only really smell it when I put the beauty blender like around my nose is when I can actually smell the scent. Other than that, I can't actually smell it. But it's definitely full coverage. It's definitely covering everything up. I really do think I found the right shade. I think this shade is actually even better than Latte in the original formula. I think that this one actually is way closer to my natural skin tone and it is blending in really nicely. Overall, with application, right now at this moment, I am impressed. It feels super lightweight for a full coverage foundation. Yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. I'm just gonna try to build it up on some of these areas that I really like to cover up. Okay, so overall first impression with just the application of just this after primer, it's like really good. I do like this shade is better than the Latte shade. I found that sometimes the Latte shade may be a little bit too light, like the pigment was a little bit off, even though they're in the same undertone. This shade actually works way better for me. I think it is my perfect shade. Not only that, but it is buildable and it doesn't feel extra cakey when I'm building it on. Like honestly, I don't even feel like I'm wearing a full coverage foundation. I found with the original formula when I was wearing it, my skin felt so heavy and it really did feel like I was wearing like a full coverage heavy foundation. This does not feel like that at all. Like this feels really good for full coverage and my skin so far looks pretty good. I think it might be a little drying on my skin, but that could just be my skin in particular and not actually the product itself. Usually I have more like normal, kind of like a little bit of like combination skin, mostly in my T-zone. It's a little bit oily, but never too much though where it really affects anything. But because of pregnancy, my skin is a little bit weird these days. So that could also be it, but it's not like, it's supposed to be a like matte, so it's not supposed to be luminescent. Like it says luminous matte, but like I really don't think that you can do both. Like you can't give me a glow and matte at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work like that. So it's definitely more on the matte side than it is on the luminous side, I would say. I typically wear more like luminous hydrating foundations. I don't usually use matte foundations. So this is a little bit different for me, but overall I think it looks really good and it feels really nice on my skin. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna finish up my face and my eyes and everything, and then we'll touch base and then we'll get into a wear test and then I can give you guys those details. Okay, so I have finished my makeup. I have put on concealer and everything, and so far everything feels really good and makeup still looks really nice. I am overall very impressed so far. So like the scent, I can still smell the original scent of the Faux Filter foundation. The only thing is it's not as strong like at all. The only time I can really smell it is like if it's on my hands and I put my like hands up to my face in any way, shape, or form. Also, when I'm using the beauty blender that I originally used for the foundation, I can smell it when I'm just kind of like dabbing around that area as well. But overall, I really honestly don't really notice the scent. It's very faint this time, which is really nice. The coverage is still full coverage, buildable, so when I'm adding concealers and other powders and stuff like that, nothing was being taken off. So that was nice, and definitely something that I look for because I don't like when I apply things over top of my foundation and then my foundation kind of just starts to rub off and I'm having to do a lot more touch-ups. But I didn't have to do that with this one. So far, so good. So now I am gonna go do some errands and maybe get a bite to eat with my husband because we are gonna have a little date day kind of thing. Because those days are gonna be limited for us once baby number 2 is here. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna do a wear test, and then when I come back, before I wash my face, I'm going to basically give you guys an update and tell you how well it lasted and how much it transfers and stuff. And today is a relatively nice day. It's not humid or anything like that, so it will be difficult for me to test that portion out just because it doesn't really get like that here where I live. But we will definitely do the wear test, and if I do get a little hot, which is likely because it is nice and I'll probably be walking around quite a bit, that will also tell me how well it sits on my face if I do start sweating a little. So stay tuned, I will be back with the wear test. Okay guys, so wear test, I have been wearing the foundation, I'm gonna say for about 4 hours, and my skin looks still like pretty flawless, like everything like still looks pretty much perfect. I don't have any oil, like I don't have any excessive oiliness, and I haven't had to do any touch-ups, but overall, like my skin is a little bit more shiny just because now my natural oils are coming through. But honestly, the foundation holds up really nicely. Typically, I would probably try to do a longer wear test, but I don't really do much these days, so about 4 hours is actually quite a lot of time for me to be wearing makeup. Usually I put on makeup and I'll be out for about an hour and then take it off. So this was quite some time. I did wear a mask. I'd probably say about an hour in total, maybe a little bit less. But overall, like the transfer of it was very minimal. Like, so this like here is lipstick. That is my lipstick. But up here, like it's very faint, but you can see there's a little bit of foundation like on my nose, probably from the rubbing. But overall, everywhere else, it's like very minimal. But there's a little bit up at the top around the nose, and then just a little bit here wherever the mask rubs the most. Let me put this back into focus for y'all. Okay, and then, but it's very minimal transfer. Like I will 100% admit that when I wear the Faux filter, like the original one, and like other foundations, like even like the Fenty like hydrating one, when I would wear that one, I would actually like, the moment I took my mask off, I could see a lot of transfer of the foundation. But this one, like this is actually very, very minimal. And I was telling my husband, like when I took my mask off, I was like, wow, you know what, like this is actually like really impressive. Like usually it's like overall like covered in like foundation and makeup, but it's really just lipstick. So I'm gonna say for transfer proof, it's pretty good. This overall feels really good, and my skin still feels so good. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing a full coverage heavy foundation like I do with the original formula. So all in all, I'm gonna say the new formula for the Faux filter foundation is 100% better than the original. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna toss away the old one just because I'm not gonna use it anymore. It's not only that, but I've had it for quite some time, so it's probably good to get rid of it. But now that I have this one, I'm not gonna use that one anymore. This one is the game changer. Like I'm actually done with it. Like this is it. Like for full coverage, this is gonna be my go-to 100%. Like it seriously feels good. And even if I'm not looking for just like full coverage, like just overall the foundation is really, really nice. I feel good. I like it. I'm gonna give it like a thumbs up, like a 5-star. Like I'm really impressed with the new formula. Like I really didn't think I was going to be this impressed, but I am. It's really good. So there you have it, guys. There is my little review of the Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation, the new formulation. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you enough information in regards to the foundation in comparison to the old one if you've tried it, or if you're just looking at getting this one as a full coverage foundation. I would honestly recommend it. I actually really like it a lot, like a lot. Definitely gonna be my new like go-to full coverage foundation. Yeah, super impressed. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Bye for now.